What is up, gamers? Here I have a customer's Nintendo DS Lite that they sent me for repair. Now, this is a very, very unique system. It was a project of my customer and something went wrong, so they sent it to their local repair shop, and their local repair shop did them very dirty. The system doesn't even turn on anymore. But essentially, my customer said that their local repair shop took 2 months just to say that this system is unrepairable. Beforehand, the system still turned on, it still worked, it's just the top screen was bad. So they sent it to their repair shop for the top screen to get replaced. But now there's this skunk right here, now it doesn't even turn on, and now it looks pretty awful cosmetically. I can't imagine it's going to work. I don't even know if they've even replaced the top screen, but this is all things that we will get into. So I'm going to start by taking out these 4 rubber pads and the screws, and then we can get into the bottom half of the system. This DS is freaking sweet. I don't know if you've noticed, but the buttons are the green and purple color shifting buttons. So these buttons are awesome, and it just goes along with the outside clear green and inside white accents super, super well. I absolutely love that color combination. I've never seen it before. I've never gotten it ordered before, so kudos to my customer for this. It's awesome. So this screw right here is spinning in place, and so is this one. So it's very, very difficult to get screws that are spinning in place. Sometimes you can stick tweezers down in here and push while you unscrew. Worked like a charm for that one, but now we need to do it for this one too. Just gonna put some force down in there and see if it'll lift this one up too. Oh, there it goes. All right, there we go. So we'll have to keep that in mind. We can see what happened. The screw just totally destroyed the threads inside of there. I don't know if the repair shop did that, but now that'll come off easily. And now we can open up the bottom half of the system. We need to take this out because otherwise the bottom plate won't get taken out. It'll get stuck. And now we can come in with our screwdrivers and take this system apart. If you guys have your own systems that you'd like to send me to repair, my email is contact@retrorevolution.shop. And if you'd like your system featured in a video, I will also consider that. Just let me know. This screw is also doing the same exact thing. That's really sad. And there's nothing I can do to fix those posts because once those posts are destroyed, then they're destroyed and nothing can be done about it. This is the totally wrong screw. My customer did say that they also put the wrong screws in the wrong places, and yep, this is double or triple the length of the screw that should have been there. Right there. Literally right there. See how it perfectly lines up? So when the DS was open and closed so many times, it literally ripped the plastic out. Lift that up, remove these shoulder buttons. So first and foremost, I want to make sure I have a battery that's charged. Okay, this battery's charged. We can see it turns that motherboard on. So the customer said that the system doesn't even turn on, and they'd be absolutely correct. So first thing is first, I'm going to test the fuses, make sure the fuses are still good. So we should hear a beep. 2. I do not hear a beep. So I think this fuse has blown. So this fuse must need to be replaced. So let's get the board completely and totally disconnected out of the shell. This screw is also doing the same exact thing. The system is not going to be held together very well. So we will take out the motherboard. And now, before I even repair the board itself, I'm going to put a replacement board in just to see if the top screen works. The top screen does work. That's fantastic news. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I see why it blew a fuse. This bottom screen is brand new, and you need to put a backing plate on it. If you don't put a backing plate on it, then it's going to short out the board because there's all these golden test points here. This just sits flat against them all. It completely shorts out the entire board, which is what blows this fuse here. So that exactly explains how this fuse is blown because of this. So what I like to do, it's very, very simple. I take a double-sided piece of adhesive, open it just like this, and then I stick it right on there. But first, I'm gonna clean the screen off because we gotta clean the screen. So we'll take some isopropyl alcohol, spray it on this. So now we can stick down this whole piece of adhesive just about in the middle of the screen, and this will protect it entirely and totally from shorts. So now it's just gonna sit against the board. That's why I kept on turning off when I was testing it there. But we saw from just a couple seconds that it was on, the top screen did work perfectly. So I do not have any brand new fuses. So I'll need to pull a fuse from a donor motherboard. That doesn't work. So this board doesn't work. All right, so this fuse is good. So we will use this motherboard's fuse. You could just bridge it, but we're absolutely not doing that. That's not even a repair. That's just a jerry rig. So I will pull the fuse off of this board, tape off the battery post so that it doesn't melt under the high heat. All right, we'll wrap it. And now while we're here, I'm going to wrap the other one as well. All right, so now that will protect it from heat. So we will lay our hot air gun over top of it. We'll let the solder melt, and then we can yoink it right on out of there. Might get a little noisy in here, guys, okay? Now I'm going to load our customer's motherboard onto the microscope. I'm going to add some flux and then some extra solder to these pads here. I know what you guys are thinking. I know what you guys are thinking. That's not very pretty, but it should work. And then I can pretty it up. So now, just like this fuse, we should get a beep. We can see it gets a beep. So now, if I put a battery up to the contacts here, as long as our Kapton tape doesn't get in the way, as we see, I pull the power switch and the green light comes on now. So the fuse has been replaced. It works, but like I said, I want to pretty up just a little bit because the fuse is slightly off. Perfect. So now our customer's original childhood DS Lite's motherboard works totally fine. They did mention that in the email that this is their original childhood DS Lite that has been shell swapped, and if possible to keep the motherboard all original. We did just that. And if you guys notice, this fuse is slightly different from the one that I pulled. That's because it is. I was holding on to the one fuse and like my tweezer just like clicked and let go of the fuse, so I had to pull a separate fuse off of a separate board. But that works totally fine now. And what I'm gonna do with that flux, I'm gonna clean up these a bit. Clean it up. Now this is a no clean flux paste, so there's no harm in leaving it. It's just a little sticky. Might look a little unprofessional, so get that cleaned up nice and perfectly fine. Okay, so now we can get that... Oh my gosh. So now we can get our system fully assembled. We have our backing sheet, so this will not pop another fuse, which is fantastic, okay? I like not popping fuses. It's pretty good. All right, I don't know what's going on inside of the screen. That is infinitely better than what it was. I'm happy I did that. Now we can connect our top screen that does work. Actually, first we're going to route our microphone cable properly this time because it was not routed properly the first time. There we go. Now we can plug our top screen in, close the flap, get everything routed properly, make sure our bottom screen sets in place, and it is. So now we can put our black Wi-Fi antenna cable underneath the cartridge port and put our Wi-Fi chip in here. And now we can get two motherboard screws in. Now I recall one of them was spinning indefinitely, so one of them will not fully latch on and will continue to spin indefinitely if we take it apart again. That one right there, but at least it's in. Get that clipped into place. We will put our battery up to the contacts and test. So at least the top screen works. There's a bunch of dust on the inside of it. Our brand new bottom screen has a dead pixel as per the usual for brand new bottom screens. So now we will get the rest of the bottom half of the system fully assembled, and then we can move on to fixing the bad top screen looking issue. Okay, we'll get all these screws back in. All right, now we can get our battery on and hook up our battery door and screw it in. We'll get this back in place and then our two rubber feet. We took care of the bottom half of the system. It turns on again, so it turns on. That's fantastic. That's step number one. Step number two is repairing the top screen. To do this, I discussed with my customer different types of top screen lenses to use as a replacement. We opted for the basic default extreme rate. The dark green honestly matches this color scheme pretty dang well. So I'm gonna remove this top plate and open up this top screen and see what the heck is even going on in here. So it looks like the bubbles are on the inside, so they didn't remove one of the plastic layers. The adhesive is super gummy. And there's dust on the inside. The adhesive's making a mess. Okay, so there's this. All right, we're removed the last of all of the adhesive that was left over. So now we have dust here. Let's see if... All right, canned air absolutely did nothing to all of that. I see this was trimmed here too. But let's see if this can remove the dust. There we go. So now with our top screen totally dust-free, we will prepare our new adhesive. Gonna pull this part off, lay it right down in place where it goes. Now I can poke this through, reveal our adhesive. And now I can fold this down over top, make sure it's straight, and then we can stick it down. And now it's pretty much impossible for dust to get on it with the DS closed like this. There's just no gaps for air to get in there, for dust to just randomly fly on top of it, so we don't really need to worry about that right now. So I'm going to reassemble it, put the speakers cables back where they go. We're missing a speaker ring. Must install these, they prevent vibrations. Route the cables. Okay, so now everything is ready to go back together. I'm just going to clean off my fingerprints here that I had, or maybe from the shop, or from whatever. And now we can get our top plate on. Blow some canned air in there, make sure it's clean. Now we will put this on as it goes, except I see some issues. So for the right side here, we can see there's a locking mechanism, and it is totally destroyed right here. So I need to cut this out, because it'll never close properly otherwise. I'm going to leave that one the way it is. It should be fine. And then this one is also pretty much destroyed, so I need to cut this out as well. Actually, that should be fine. That should be totally fine. I'm just going to cut them all out because they're very wonky. It's still not sealing properly, so I will indeed cut them out. You don't even need them. Put this back on. It should fit nicely now, and it absolutely does. That is perfect. It's mint. So now I'm going to take a quick peek. There's no dust. That's perfect. So I'm going to peel the back layer of this piece. That's why it looks so cloudy, because this piece was still there. Open it up and quickly place this down in here. And as straight as possible. Do not want it to look slanted whatsoever. So now that's stuck on, and if we turn it on, no bubbles. The LCD is great. So now we can get these 4 screws in place. And now we can replace these 4 rubber pads, put them all back where they were. So there we have it. We have officially repaired our customer's poor Nintendo DS. Now we can see this layer is still here. So if I put my fingernail in here, this is why it looked so cloudy. And we can see this wasn't what was bubbling. What was bubbling was whatever the brand new top screen had going on with it. But we can see that looks so cloudy because of this layer. Always got to make sure you peel up that layer before you install it. Our system works perfectly. We replaced the fuse and we replaced our top screen lens here. Let me set it up so that you guys can see it in the full brightness, because this is a super bright desk here. All buttons work fantastic. This DS is awesome. I love, love, love the buttons. They look so cool. See how purple they are right there? And then it just turns to such a nice bright green. But the top screen will literally look brand new once this is peeled up. But we will let our customer do that when it gets back to him in his hands. Increase the brightness so we can see there's a dead pixel right here. It's magenta. That happens a lot of times with brand new bottom screens. Works awesome though. The digitizer, slightly inaccurate, but a calibration will fix that. But it works. It calibrates perfectly. Completely and totally accurate. So this DS works perfectly. It is awesome. It's in wonderful shape aside from this. When that repair shop put the long screw in there, I will get the top of the system cleaned off for our customer here. Can't be having that dirt. Just like that, it's perfectly clean. It looks fantastic. No marks, no history of that weird sticky spot right there. And now we can give the inside of the system a wipe down, and this thing looks immaculate. It's in brand new condition. This, once peeled, is going to look absolutely amazing. It's going to look perfect and brand new as well. These marks are just sticky marks too. They would probably get cleaned off if I tried, yeah. But, I mean, why not, I guess. There they go, perfectly clean. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have your own system you want to send in for repair or to be on a video, let me know. Email me at contact@retrofusion.shop. And if you guys would like to purchase your own completely custom modded system made entirely to your own order, there is a link to that in the description as well. I build these to order. Feel free to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I have a lot more cool content coming on the way. Stick around. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Can't forget our stock cover. Can't forget that.